Hi, how you doing? It's Mark. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while, and today my wife and I are going to be doing a pros and cons and tips of moving to and living in Hawaii, most notably Honolulu. So stay tuned. Beautiful streets of Waikiki. Look how beautiful it is out. Hey, it's, early March. Everybody had that cold snap. Some of them are still having it. We don't have it. Blizzards, oh, it's nasty. But we're in a beautiful place. Gotta love it. Ooh-ah. Gonna chill here while my wife goes in and orders the stuff. I like the chorizo breakfast sandwich. It's got some nice spice to it. It's on the ciabatta bread. Oh, there they go again across the street. I'll get you later. Food is here. How's your time, honey? You enjoying it?
My time?
Yeah, here in Hawaii.
Of course.
Yeah. What's it like being out here?
Oh, it's horrible.
It's horrible.
All the sunshine.
All the sunshine.
Nice weather.
Yeah. We should totally just go back to like Nevada or something. Or Michigan. No, hell no. So my chorizo sandwich. Love these. All right, we're gonna eat. Talk to you afterwards. Down here at the Waikiki beach. This is mid-March. This is my life now, every day. Can't beat it. This is the Hawaiian seagull. We don't have seagulls here, so, pigeons, of course. Not sure why I moved here. The environment is horrible. I mean, it's like sunny, beautiful almost every day. Except when it rains, but seriously. Oh, don't walk in front of my frame! No! People gotta ruin my video. I'm squinting. How's it going? We're back from the beach. Had our breakfast. Wiping the sand off stuff, I'm gonna have to sweep the floor. So introductions, I'm Mark, this is my wife Gina. And we live here in Waikiki, and we're about to tell you our pros and cons and experiences and what it's like to live here and move here, yeah. So I guess first thing we should start with probably is the logistics of moving here. Even though I did cover that in a separate video, so if you look at my channel and go back a couple, I did a tips and tricks on how to move to Hawaii. Yeah, I'll just put it down below. So I guess I don't really need to talk about that, but you can talk about it from your end. Tell them your experience.
Well, it was...
Because you had to stay, she went back.
Moving here is... your choices are spend a lot of money, or...
To move everything.
Right. Or get rid of everything you have and just get it again when you get here, if you can. Either way, it's expensive, I guess. But, like... shipping your car is $3,000 to $5,000.
No, shipping your stuff is $3,000 to $5,000. I found that if you had a small car, you could ship it for about $1,100, because the car I had and the car she had was about $1,100 to ship it. But you can't put anything in the car, so you can't use that as storage to ship your stuff over. It's got to be an empty car.
And I shipped about 6 boxes here, probably of things we really wanted. I got rid of everything else. But boxes were, and they're just regular, size boxes about, what do you think, about
2 feet.
20 inches or so, 20-inch boxes.
Not very big.
They were about between $70 and $100 a piece to ship. So, and then don't put anything breakable in them. So, yeah, that was a little bit pricey, and that's bare minimum. We barely have anything that we,
So your best to pack things like small but expensive items you don't want to replace.
And not too heavy.
Yeah, and not too heavy.
I got rid of all my heavy stuff. So that's a big thing. You have to be willing to give everything up, or spend a lot of money to ship everything. That's one of the things.
Because if you go with a shipping container to ship all your stuff, you're looking, unless you're going to share it with somebody, you have to find somebody to share
Thousands
a shipping
of
container.
dollars.
Yeah, it's going to start thousands, because I found UPS has a shipping box, but it wasn't big enough to ship a king-size bed in unless it was diagonal, and that was $3,000 flat rate. So if you're not going to be packing beds in it, you can pack all your other stuff as long as the other stuff wouldn't cost you more than $3,000 to replace. So I guess if you're looking to get new stuff, if you're tired of your old furniture and all the other stuff, and you're just looking to upgrade and get new stuff, moving to Hawaii is actually a good excuse to do it.
Yeah. Another thing though is a lot of things are more expensive here.
Yeah.
Because they have to be shipped here. And then also if you buy things online, Amazon is your best friend.
Yep.
Because Amazon, most of the things on Amazon will ship here. There are a few items that won't ship here. Occasionally you'll run into places that won't ship you stuff.
Yep.
But most of their stuff, and it's Prime, and so even though it might take a day or two longer than on the mainland, you still get it pretty quickly. But you'll find that most other websites won't ship here. So buying things online isn't always an option. You can't buy, for instance, a bed online because they won't ship it here, or furniture online, they won't ship it here. So that's
We went to
another
what,
thing.
Mattress Firm?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mattress Firm sells mattresses.
And we had to get the couch.
They're expensive, but
Locally.
they say they actually make the mattresses here, which is why they can't, because most places will not ship a mattress because they're too big and too expensive.
Or any big furniture or
Yeah.
anything. So you have to buy it here.
Yeah.
So that's something to think about too.
So let's talk about the not so awesome and awesome things about living here. Of course, they saw at the beginning of the video, the most awesome thing about living here is the environment.
The weather.
Yeah, the weather. It's mid-March. Everybody else in the U.S. is having a cold snap, and they're having to deal with cold weather and snow and everything. And we were sunbathing at the beach, and it's what?
Hot.
Hot. High 70s.
It's like 84 degrees
Is it
right
84
now.
degrees?
Yeah.
Yeah. Look at your face. She's
Sunny.
real flush.
No clouds. It's sunny. 84
Beautiful.
degrees.
Yep.
Light breeze. It's beautiful.
The weather's kind of cool. I mean, not the weather, but the water's kind of chilly. But sitting out in the sun was really nice.
For a while.
For a while.
Then it got kind of hot.
Yeah.
But I'm sure nobody else in the country's having that problem.
No. I'm sure everybody else, unless you're in like Southern California, it's probably pretty nice right now.
But it's probably not as hot as it is here.
You were in Las Vegas where we came from. They were having snow.
Yeah. A couple weeks ago.
Yeah. Aww. One of the other, so I guess a con would be, well, we're living in Waikiki, so it's very crowded. So unless you like city life and busy city life, don't move here. Come here on vacation to see it. You know, they got lots of shops, lots of food. You know, there's always people that you can go meet and talk to. You see people from all over the world here. But don't move here unless you like the busy city life. So somebody that, like, say, lives in Manhattan, they'd feel right at home here in Waikiki, except they'd be like, wow, it's like a city and beautiful at the same time. I haven't been to Manhattan, so I don't know.
I don't mind it. I kind of like it here because we're like, what are we, block and a half from the actual beach?
Yeah.
And we can pretty much walk to like tons and tons of shopping, restaurants, the beach, the park. We're just a short bus ride from a lot of other things, so I really
do right over there.
I really do like it, the area.
I personally, I'm more of a live in the country, out in nature kind of guy, and I came to Hawaii to live in nature, so I would like to go see the other islands and see what I think of them. I would love to go see the Big Island. I would love to go see Kauai, because she says it's beautiful over there. It's just very pricey. And the only reason I'm looking at the Big Island because we're not wealthy. So unless this channel and her channel takes off, and my other channel that I'm going to be making for gaming and basically anything fiction-wise, unless YouTube takes off for us, we still have to work for somebody else. And like most of you who are watching this, you live paycheck to paycheck, so you have to live somewhere that's affordable. And in Waikiki, for the price that we're paying for this one-bedroom, very small, almost studio, we had a 2-bedroom condo in Las Vegas.
That was big.
And it was big, yeah. So just take that into consideration if you're thinking about coming out here.
Right, back to pros and cons.
Back to pros and cons. I totally my brain went somewhere else.
One pro is the public transportation.
Oh yeah, the bus.
The bus is great. It runs all the time. There's stops everywhere. It goes anywhere you want to go. There's a bus every
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, every route has buses every 10 or 15 minutes or so. And the buses are great.
And a lot of buses go to the same place. The routes overlap. So if you didn't catch, say, the 2 to go down to the mall, you can catch the 8, you can catch a 19, you can catch a 20.
Yeah, so it is great. The public transportation here is really good.
Now, mind you, that's on Oahu.
Yes.
And if you don't know the Hawaiian Islands, Oahu is the one with Honolulu on it. Hawaii, they call the Big Island. That's a separate island. Maui, Kauai, Molokai, they're all separate. And from what we understand, the bus isn't on those. It's only here on Oahu because it's basically where 90% or whatever the largest percent of travelers go and where people are. So I don't think the bus is on those. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if I'm wrong. But the praise we're giving the bus system is only here on Oahu. But you can get anywhere on this island on the bus, even the North Shore.
Takes you 2 hours.
It takes 2 hours. Yeah. Traffic here, by the way, is horrible. They're trying to put in a train system so you can go back and forth, but people are fighting it for some reason.
They've been trying for a few years, I think.
Yeah, but I don't understand why people are fighting it. So if you know why, you can put that in the comments below, or I'll look it up later. But being able to get back and forth so people can not be stuck in traffic for 2 hours, I think would be a benefit. Especially from what I've seen where they're constructing is like above the highway. So it's not like they're destroying any more landscape, to put it in. They're already going over the existing highway as it is right now. But I hear that the government here, has a little problem with spending money and corruption. So hopefully that can get fixed in the future and things can get to a point where the money is being spent on us and things that we as Hawaiians need. Because I'm a Hawaiian now. Instead of on pet projects and throwing the money into the pockets of people that support them.
Okay, pros and cons again. So.
Well, that was a pro, so we gotta have a con.
We had a con, or no?
No, that was a pro.
The bus was a pro.
The bus was a pro.
The con was the traffic.
Con was the traffic. Okay. I guess we'll have another pro.
Pro, laid back. Everybody's laid back, friendly.
Nobody's in a hurry.
No, it is very, very relaxed.
Everybody's in vacation mode.
Very casual.
That's what I like, which is another reason I came out here, because I was tired of the hustle and bustle of Las Vegas.
One thing you'll see, which is kind of odd, like when we have to go downtown to go to work, and all the businessmen walk around and not in suits and ties like they do everywhere else. They wear Hawaiian shirts.
Hawaiian shirts and khaki pants.
Yes. So
That's
it's very, very casual here, which is nice.
Yes, very nice.
Yeah. So what's a con?
A con is we have, I think, per capita the most homeless people and migrants here that I've ever seen anywhere.
And they're crazy.
And they're crazy. Yeah, I listed a video, my previous video to this one, about a lady just laying on the sidewalk, kicking her legs and talking to herself, and we see that kind of stuff every day. In fact, I'm getting a coffee. There was a homeless guy being arrested, and I guess he had stolen a bike, and he was being put in there, and he was just eyeballing everybody and swearing at everybody, and
you see people talking to themselves all the time.
And at night, if you're wanting to catch a bus, if there's those people around, you don't feel that safe. And they're everywhere. And we have tent cities here, where the homeless just like, if they're not in front of a business putting up their homes, they're at a public park, ringing the outside with just tents everywhere. And I don't know what the problem is. I guess a lot of the homeless that don't want any help have mental problems, or they just refuse it because we do have systems, and I guess there are welfare systems in place to help out the homeless, but they're overflowed. They don't have enough space for everyone, and I guess the ACLU is giving the government a lot of hassle if they're trying to crack down on vagrancy around here, which I wish they would. But that's one thing you really need to understand. Now, Waikiki is not as bad because they're very active, because this is where the touristy people, this is where all the tourists come, so they try to keep it clean. There's always people out there spraying off the sidewalks and stuff, but most of Honolulu is just...
Downtown's really bad.
Downtown's really bad with the homeless and vagrants. Yeah.
And people like swearing at you, they'll like go around just swearing at people for no reason. Yeah, it's just crazy. That one woman grabbed my arm when I walked by her that one time.
She was walking by and doing like this and going crazy. It looked like she was going to grab my crotch, and I moved away from her, and then she went and got crazy in her face and grabbed her arm, and I didn't know.
Yeah, it's people, it can be scary sometimes, but we found a bus stop that's far away from those people, so that's good.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
we need another pro.
Okay, another pro is all the wildlife.
Yes.
And all the plants and all the animals.
It's just a beautiful environment.
You hear the birds? I don't know if you can hear them or not, but there's birds chirping outside.
Yeah.
There was a little lizard that stayed for a few days here.
In our house, just wandering around.
It's beautiful, trees, all kinds of plants and flowers, blooming all the time. But on the bad side of that are the bugs.
Bugs.
Lots of bugs.
Lots of
and
bugs.
they grown big here.
Yeah, cockroaches. Now, we don't see them too much in our home. That's not to say we probably won't. We see the little ants.
Ants.
Yeah.
We get ants once in a while, but
Yeah.
the roaches you see outside mostly.
At night. And I guess over in the more rural areas, then
It's bad.
They get pretty bad, and they'll be in your house. And she used to live here before, and she would pick up a baby bottle before and turn it around, and there was a roach on it, like this big.
Yeah, so like at the bus stop at night, you have to keep your feet up off the ground because they're crawling all over
Yeah,
the
don't
place.
put your bags on the ground at night if you're out catching the bus or doing something outdoors. Keep them carried because the roaches crawl around. They're out there.
So I mean, it goes with the territory.
Yeah, it's a tropical island, so life is happy here, and so it grows bigger. So you have to be careful about that.
And you also need to make sure, along with that whole nature thing, that you always carry an umbrella with you when you're here.
Always have your umbrella. Even if it says the chance of rain is almost nothing.
And it's sunny out, no clouds, there's still a chance it's going to rain.
Yeah, because the wind will blow the rain over from the windward side, and you'll just get this mist on you, and it will be like, well, it's sunny, what the heck, where is this rain coming from? So always have an umbrella with you.
We learned that. The one time we didn't carry an umbrella with us, it rained, and we have always carried an umbrella since then.
Yeah. So, we covered the environment, we covered the fact that we have a beach. And the beach, honestly, because we're on an island, and any of these other islands, you're a maximum of an hour away from any beach, no matter where you live on any of these islands, I would say. Let's see, so we got the environment, we got the beach, we got everybody's in the cabin.
Okay, I was going to say that as far as jobs, if you're in the service industry, so your restaurants or hotels or any of that stuff, you'll be able to find a job without any problem. There's a ton of service-oriented jobs here. Lots of restaurants, lots of hotels, resorts, retail, all that stuff. So if you have those kinds of jobs, you should be good getting a job here.
Oh, and speaking of restaurants, if you like seafood, this is the place to come. If you like Asian food, this is the place to come because they have fresh caught seafood. We went and ate at a place that was right on the docks, and they had fantastic fish because they were freshly caught every single day. In fact, a lot of places have that catch of the day is their fish. So whichever fish that they got, then you can.
But if you're looking for
if you
other
want,
types of restaurants,
not going to be a whole lot.
yeah, like Italian.
There's a few Italian places. There's a few pizza places. I think I've seen 1 or 2 Mexican restaurants.
Yeah, but they're not like full Mexican. I think they're like Mexican something else.
Yeah, they're
like
mixed in.
fusion.
A fusion of Mexican, Asian, or something else.
But tons of, if you want poke, or if you want sushi, or if you want Chinese food, or you want Thai food, or Vietnamese food, or Korean food, or Filipino food, tons of it here.
Tons of it. Oh, and yeah, that's one thing is we saw one group of tourists. They were like asking the Uber or somebody, where's the nearest Red Lobster?
There is a Red Lobster here.
Really?
So,
You come to Hawaii with all this local stuff, and you're going to go to a Red Lobster.
but for the people that want the fast food or the chains, there are a lot here, but there are a lot that aren't here.
Yeah.
And stores, like, okay, I'm a crafter. Those who know me know I'm a crafter. There's no Michael's, there's no Joann's, there's no Hobby Lobby. The only thing we have here is the Ben Franklin, which is similar to those stores, but it's, you know, it doesn't have quite as much. But there's always Amazon, which is good. But things like that, you know, there's not a lot of, there's a Target and a Walmart, you know, things like that. There's those kinds of stores. There's not a lot of, there's fast food, but I don't think as much.
Yeah, there's a lot of local mom and pop shops, which is what I really like. I'm not here to eat McDonald's. I'm not here to eat Starbucks, even though we had Starbucks for breakfast. It was just handy. Most of the time we cook our own breakfast, cook our own lunch.
Oh, and shopping.
Yeah.
For groceries. It depends on what you like, but for instance, things that on the mainland were really expensive and hard to get, like pineapple, coconuts, mangoes, papayas. Here, they're cheaper.
Yep.
And they're easier to get, and you can get them locally grown ones. Also, there's a lot of farmers markets, so for produce and stuff, and the prices are pretty good. And things like chicken is not too expensive. You can get chicken pretty cheap. Beef, on the other hand, is a little more expensive, but I had heard that even though they raise cattle here, they ship it to the mainland to be processed and then ship it back to sell it, which I don't understand.
Yeah, that's just retarded. I don't know why they don't have a processing facility here.
But one thing that is very expensive here is dairy.
Yeah.
Milk and butter
Which,
and
again,
those kinds of things are super expensive.
again, I don't understand. We have cows here. We have farms here with cows on them. Why is milk expensive? Honestly.
It is, though. I mean, a gallon of milk is like, what, $6
Yeah.
or $7 probably. A little quart of cream is like $7 or $8. It's pretty expensive.
Yeah, so it all depends on what you get.
But, you know, like I said, if you eat seafood and chicken and vegetables and fruits, you know, you can get things for pretty decent
Yeah,
prices.
we just most of the time you cook at home, and it's the same cost as cooking at home anywhere else, really.
Yeah, most of the time. And then, of course, you can eat out a lot if you want, but it's just like anywhere else, it's going to be expensive. Especially if you're down in Waikiki.
Yeah.
But we go up
The rent down here is crazy.
Kapahulu, and there's a whole bunch of local places up there, a little farther away from Waikiki area, and the prices aren't as bad, and the food's really good. So.
Yeah, you're looking at about $10 to $15 per person to eat anywhere here. That's minimum, really.
Yeah, yeah, it's like that in most places though. Hell, McDonald's is that much per person now.
Yeah.
So
So in a summary, I'm really happy about my move here, and I wanted to get out of the city and get out of the desert. And well, I made it out of the desert. I'm in another city, but we'll see how that goes in the future, because within the next year or so, I want to visit the other islands and see what. All right, so thank you for watching our video. If it at all was helpful to you, if you found it entertaining, please like and subscribe. And yeah, thanks for watching. My name's Mark. Say goodbye.